Alrighty then. Okay, thought I'd do a quick YouTube video. The really big thing I wanted to bring up here, because it's not being covered by the news, is that while they cover that Japan had a bit of a nuclear problem with their reactors, they haven't been covering what's actually been happening to us as a result of it. And, you know, to kind of go back through some basic earth sciences that you may have had in high school or picked up on the Discovery Channel, there's a thing called the jet stream, and it's a current of air that travels over Japan and right to you know, Washington, Oregon, Northern California. It goes up and down north and south a little bit depending on different, you know, weather conditions and whatnot, but basically it's a really fast current of air that takes everything from Japan and blows it right to the United States, and then continues across the United States going off to the East Coast and whatnot. So basically all that stuff that's venting in Japan is actually coming our way. And if you look at the radiation maps that are online, you'll see that we are getting increased levels of radiation. Now, not all radiation is the same. You know, there's alpha, beta, gamma rays, whatnot, right? So we're not really getting the gamma, which there's not much you can do about anyway. I mean, unless you walk around in like a lead tank and live in a basement, you're pretty much going to get nailed if gamma comes. But we are getting some alpha and beta, and that's usually in the form of iodine and cesium. Right, so radioactive iodine and cesium, and most of the way that you protect yourself against this is not by running in a circle and going, oh my god, the end of the world is coming, but there's some basic measures, right? If it's raining out and you know that we have some fallout and stuff, which we are having, okay, that you wear decent rain gear, right? If the rain's contaminated and you don't want to get it on you, right? The other thing is there's certain food sources that have a tendency to concentrate the radiation better, because you have the rain falls out, it goes in the grass, etc., etc. So the more dense the food supply, like things like milk and whatnot, has the tendency to become more contaminated. Now, just to recap, earlier this year we had a Gulf oil spill, and they put some stuff in the water to make that oil not float so it wouldn't come up on shore, because it looks better for the cameras, right? But the result of that is basically contaminated the ocean on the Atlantic side. On the Pacific side now, in addition to the venting of steam and all that that's coming this way, they've also dumped a lot of water into the sea, which has contaminated the Pacific Ocean. Okay, so basically all your shellfish and regular fish, of course, now too, are becoming irradiated. So the Atlantic is contaminated with chemicals and oil spill, and the Pacific is contaminated with radiation. So if you're buying fish right now, just don't. Leave anything that comes out of the ocean alone for a while. It's not a good idea. So don't eat the fish, okay, wear some rain gear, and if you look online you can see the radiation maps and see where the things are hitting. But the important thing is to be informed, not just run around like, you know, oh my god, the end of the world is coming. It is coming. It's at the end of the Bible. It talks about it. Yeah, we know that. And if you're following Christ, you get nothing to worry about. If you're not following Christ, well, you got a lot more to worry about than radiation. I mean, hell is going to be a lot hotter than any nuclear bomb. So, anyway, but the thing is to look into where is affected the most and how it affects your area. And being the news is not going to report this, you're going to have to do some looking online. Okay, each area is different. Each is having different radiation counts. Northern California, I guess, got hurt really bad. But again, not being reported by the news media. So I'd stress is get online, find out what's happening in your area. If you know anybody who's got, you know, the equipment, have a look. What you're looking though mostly is the alpha and beta right now, mostly beta radiation. That levels are going up high. Oh, and I might add that the FDA and I think it's, yeah, FDA is increasing the level of what they consider to be safe radiation. So rather than telling the population there's a problem and to take measures, they've just they're now working on raising what they consider to be safe levels so that the mainstream media can say, we're well into safe levels. Here's the thing, safe levels of radiation don't change from day to day. The safe level of radiation is a kind of a baseline. Over this amount's bad, under this amount is, you know, not so bad. But the thing is that the baseline shouldn't be changing, okay, just so we can put a better spin on the news. So really ignore the news on this, the regular mainstream news, because they're really not reporting it. What you're looking at is somewhere underneath 100 rads. is not so bad. When it starts getting over 80 to 100, and it starts going up from there, you start getting concerned. When it gets up to your $400 or $500 rad, stay indoors, or start wearing some really protective stuff. Try not to be breathing the stuff in. You can do particulate masks and stuff and whatnot. But the thing is there is ways to protect yourself from it. There is ways to protect yourself from it. And I'm not going to go into all the details here. I just wanted to give you a heads up so that you can go look at it online and do the research yourself. I posted other videos from other people who have a better video editing ability than I can, and put up charts and graphs and go bing, and there's like a chart and with diagrams and stuff. And I'm not good at that yet. So when I get better at video editing, maybe I'll do that kind of video. But for now, just a heads up. It's not being reported. You need to do the due diligence yourself to try to protect yourself and your family. Anyway, God bless, and try not to be too glowing.